Welcome to the Life After Sports podcast, Life After the Last Whistle. I'm here with Maz, my guest here today. Maz is a former rugby player and hockey player. So, after leaving a sport, was you emotional to make the final decision?
For rugby it was. I mean, at the moment I'm still playing hockey, but rugby, I'd been playing it from a very young age, so it just was very difficult when I first left rugby. I mean, I think when I came up to about the ladies rugby, I think it was an easier decision because I was only in my early 20s then, and I just thought I got a bad injury, so I'll just take time out. And then I was asked to play, come back and play, and I had then in my 30s then I had a good stint for a good 5 to 6 years, and then that was the hardest thing, is like, I'm getting battered and my body can't take it. I am going to have to stop playing, but my head wanted to continue but my body didn't. I just couldn't do it, not week in, week out with all the training. And it was a really, really difficult decision to turn around and say, I'm actually going to retire. It was very hard and very emotional, because I think even now, 45, I can still do things, but I know that, it will take me longer to recover. But I know I can dip in and out when I need to. But that was the hardest decision for me in rugby. I don't know how I'm going to be like when I can't play hockey, because I think that would be even worse, having nothing to do.
Yeah, because you've gone from playing rugby to now coaching.
Yep.
So you are my coach in the under-18s.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you think you were going to coaching in hockey after, just to keep that sort of sense of feeling around there?
I think coaching has helped me a lot. It has helped me so much to deal with my mental issues that I have, with my mental health. And I think, funny enough, only recently I was thinking, I could be a junior coach, or we're looking for a coach for our hockey team. And I was like, well, maybe if I do the coaching course, then I can help them out. But then I still think I've got quite a few years left in playing. So I feel like I know that I'm not ready yet, but it has helped me with the rugby side of things.
Yeah. Do you think getting back into rugby after an injury was difficult? Was there that feeling in the back of your mind like, oh, could I get injured again?
Yes, and I did think it did affect how I play, how I tackled. I took a really nasty knock, and then stupidly came back on and carried on playing to my knee, and it was very difficult. And I recently played with some of my uni girls, with my old club, and again I still had that fear that I'm going to hurt myself again. So it is in the back of your mind. It really is. But there are ways to overcome it. I just haven't figured them out yet.
Yeah, I went through something similar 3 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, when you hurt your knee, wasn't it?
Yeah, pulled a ligament in my knee, which is now why I would say I don't think I've tackled in 2 years. Not properly.
No.
Not good.
No, but you're getting better. You've proved yourself. But yeah, I totally get why you've got that. It's like a block, isn't it?
Yeah.
You say writer's block, but I think this is a rugby tackling block.
Yeah.
It's that fear of the unknown of what happened if I go in wrong.
Yeah, it's like dartitis. You get ready to throw, and then they just don't do it.
It doesn't go anywhere.
So do you think you had to rebuild yourself to get back to the position you are now?
Yes, I would say so. I would say doing the coaching has helped me. So learning different techniques, especially bringing in the new tackle rule height that we needed. That I think has kind of helped me regain, and my ability that I could actually play again, which is why I did do a one-off, rugby session in November. But I think, learning new things and teaching people new things has helped me be able to think that actually I still can do it. Because like myself, I'm a self-taught person, so I have to see visuals and then I put it into play with other people and thinking, well, actually I can do that. So I think I have turned a corner, but I still have that little bit of doubt in my mind.
So from a coaching perspective, do you think you transfer those skills into other things now? From what you've learnt from rugby, do you reckon you take that mentality into hockey or like outside of sport?
Yeah, I think I do, especially with hockey. I think, and especially with any injury I get, I try and, work around it and thinking, well, actually, it's not as painful as it is. It's just in my mind. I can still do other things, that can keep me going and to keep me sane, because if I'm not doing any sport, I need to have something else in my life. So it has helped quite a bit.
Yeah.
And just thinking of what you can do and being stronger in yourself and thinking of little key things. Well, if I was out on that rugby pitch, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't give up because I'm working for my team. So why am I giving up on myself to do a simple task?
Yeah. Having that structure as well, because you've got that team around you and that community, and you've constantly got a routine. Like, Wednesday I have to go to training and I have to do this, and you can't be like, oh well, I don't really want to today.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that, and coaching for the uni lot has really brought my discipline back. So I think when I was actually, playing, there are some times that I won't go to training. But I think that is down to discipline and how I've overcome that. So I need to be at training for these uni girls. I need to be at training for the girls that I coach, especially like you on a Sunday. I need to be there. They need a leader. I'm not saying I'm a leader, but I think coaches can be leaders. And I think if I'm showing in them an example of if Maz isn't turning up, then why do I need to bother? That doesn't set a good example to people below me. So I think having that discipline has really helped me get focused.
Yeah. Do you think there's been different people, like your friends, your family, that have helped you in that transition to organise different things that you can do?
Yeah, my friends have got me, out walking more, have really helped me. I've got a dog as well, so there's no excuse of not going out for a walk, But yeah, they have helped me. And my brother's a big advocate for me. He supports me quite a lot with anything I do sport-wise and career-wise. So he's always there to give me a push. And if I feel something's not quite right, he would just sit down, have a chat with me, talk about it, and then let's go back to where you are. Let's rethink about your plan again, and let's go forward. So I think a lot of people have helped me, especially at this time at the moment where, not having a job has, been a bit of an issue. So I've had people just saying, well, let's do this, and it has been around sports. So I have been able to, start up a new sport. So it's been quite good.
Is there a specific moment that you think of when you think, oh, maybe I should have stopped, or I should stop now?
My mum would say, yeah, I should have stopped years ago.
Same.
I think with all the injuries that I've picked up over the years, I think has been that concern. But no, I mean, I actually do regret not continuing after the first injury that I got when I was about 20, 21. I then stayed into hockey. And I do regret not actually staying through and actually doing a full career right to the end. I think I've missed doing that, and I think I have unfinished business is probably why I keep coming back to the game that I really love. I just think if I had a full career in the sport, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did a full session from when I was 12 all the way up to 18, but then I went on to my next chapter of adult rugby, and I think that's where I feel that I'm missing something, which is why, as I said, I keep coming back.
Yeah. Was there a big shift between junior rugby and adult rugby, I think?
Back in the time, I didn't think there was much, but I think if from how I'm coaching now to what I learned back then, there's a massive shift. So, with all the structures they've got in place, or the pod system, or that I've never seen so many routines that we can do. But it's exciting, and I really do like that. So back when I was playing, I'd say no, but I think anybody coming up now, I have noticed there is a difference. And I've noticed there is a difference from under 14s to under 16s, and then under 16s to under 18s. So that's where the shift starts now. And then when you go under 18s to adults, I think there's, it's a little bit different, I don't know whether it's more pressure or not, but, I think there's a lot more people riding on you because you're all in the same position, you're all, so I think there is a slightly shift of expectation when you go up to the adults.
Yeah, because you coach under 18s, is there anything specifically you would say to someone who is thinking of leaving and being like, oh, maybe this isn't for me anymore, but is there anything that you would be like, no, I think you still got it and you're still good and you can go far in this?
I wouldn't want anybody to give up the sport. I mean, I loved it. I carried on for 2 years after, or 3 years after under 18s. I just say follow your heart. I mean, as a coach, I see a lot of potential in people, and I think sometimes people don't like to listen to their coach or listen to their family, but sometimes I think you have to sit back and listen to what they say. If they say that I wouldn't continue with yourself, I think you still got a lot more to give, and I think that with most people that I've coached, and there are people that have said no, I'm not doing any more under 18s. I'm going to concentrate on my studies, which is fine. But if I feel they're good enough, I may keep pushing them. Because I know that they could do well. Yeah. And actually keeping people in sport is the main thing here. It's good for your mental health. It's good socialising. It's good being with other people. And I'd say continue.
Is that hinted?
Yeah, that is a hint, yeah. Either playing for the under 18s or coming up to ladies, so that is a hint.
When you left, did you think you would be coaching at this time?
No, I didn't think I'd coach. I think when I first left rugby, I never thought I would be a coach. I didn't think that would be needed. Then when I came back into it, I could see like the potential of what I could bring to the table. And I know someone spoke to me and said, "Oh yeah, you ought to give it a go." I know that he was, from my old club, and he was, he said, I've been a coach, and I think looking up to someone probably then instigated me to want to coach, because I thought this person was a great coach. I got into rugby for my PE teacher, and it was something I always wanted, to give it a go, and with my brother as well, I had that push, but I never had that push at that time for coaching. It was until someone approached me and said, I think you'd be good, that I thought I'd give it a go. And yeah, it's really stuck. Took me a while, took me a couple of years after I had retired to get into it, but I love it. Love every minute of it.
Have you always done under 18s girls or
No,
swap?
no, I swap, so I can pretty much do any age group. I did a lot of sport at school and a lot of helping out with the PE teachers, running classes and stuff, so I can teach any age group. Bar under 12s. No, I'm really joking. My under 12s are a little bit of a challenge, but I feel I can coach any age group. I wouldn't say anything lower than under 11s.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure I'll have the patience, but under 12s upwards, I think I'm accomplished at that now.
Yeah, some of our girls might be a challenge still, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm just, we'll wait and see about that.
Looking back, would you say something to your younger self starting coaching? Is there anything specifically you would say?
Listen to your peers. Listen to your mentors a little bit more. And just do a lot of research. Instead of what I was doing was just the basics and doing what the other coach was doing. That wasn't going to get us anywhere. It wasn't helping our section. So doing more research on how you can make rugby fun, how you can make it inclusive. And all of that I do now, but I didn't do when I was first started out. So I think if I had gone on a course a lot sooner, it would have helped me in the early stages of my coaching career.
What would you say to an athlete that is preparing to leave a sport because of an injury, and that is what they see as their only way forward?
I would suggest if I feel that they're a good enough player, I tell a lie. You don't need to be a good enough player to be a good coach. I don't say I was a great player. I don't say I'm a great coach, but I gave it all my all. But if there is qualities that those individuals have of leadership, good listener, good communicator, then I'd say go into coaching. If they can't do any other sport because of their injury and it is completely nothing, then I think bringing that back into coaching will help a lot. And as I keep pointing out, mental health is a big thing, and coaching has helped me. And if this individual needed something to help with that, coaching is the way forward.
Yeah, because it happens a lot with people when they leave sport, they can't fully leave it and they go into coaching and things like that.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. I totally agree with that. But sometimes I don't think people see what their ability is. They need someone else to tell them. So if I can help with that, then I will definitely tell that individual.
How do you define success now compared to when you was competing?
That's a good question. I think there's more opportunities now, and I wish I was playing rugby now in this level or even higher, and I wish I was a lot younger, because there's more things for us, women in general. There's more competitions out there, there's more leagues out there. It just opens up everything for progression in rugby. So I feel that I would like to a time hop back a little bit, but with everything that's here now in my era, and then I'd have something to work for. I think what we have at the structure at the moment, is really good, because it feels more competitive. Everybody that I coach are more competitive, and that's great. They want to win. Everybody wants to win, don't you? It's that. We want to get. We want to do quite well in the league.
Yeah.
So I think it's giving those people the incentive where I didn't have much of an incentive. It's just playing friendlies to start with, and then we went into a league and always stayed in the lower part of the league. But then when I came back and we were nearly top of the table, and then we're getting promoted again, for the first time ever. that was a great success, and that was felt I achieved something in my career, and was like, that's, you know, that kind of helped me deciding, I think enough's enough, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Lastly, you made a promise to some of your players that you would come back and play in the women's with them.
Yes, I did say that, didn't I?
They are going up to the women's next season.
Yeah.
Would you go up with them and at least play a few matches with them?
Yeah. So depending on where they go, I have said that I would do that, and it would be great. You know, there's a few. I have promised it to quite a few. 2 haven't had that option yet. They haven't given me, but then they're doing, well, one of them's doing so well in their rugby career. But I did say that I potentially 1 or 2 games. Does that include you as well? Or can you stay down a year and then I got time?
Yeah, I'll give you another season.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So the aim is just to keep staying fit, keep doing what I'm doing, just in case I get called up one time to say, you know, can you do that now?
Yeah.
Before I'm 50, I will definitely do that for them.
Thank you.